Well, I did.
Gold Raider fan, Cub, obviously coming from Southern California. What's like your first memory of the Raiders? Like what got you into it? Was it family? Just love football? Like how did it all come to be?
Well, yeah, my I was adopted when I was about 3 by close family members. It was my dad's cousin, and he was a diehard Raiders fan, and he's just the Southern California guy. You know, uh, he was always every Sunday Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
and he would scream it to people. He's just a diehard fan. If anyone was like a Broncos fan or a Chargers fan, he'd be like Raiders, and he just diehard Raiders fan. So that's just kind of how I was raised. And my earliest memory is I had said this before, but I got sent home from school. I think I was in first grade. I had a Raider shirt on, and they said it was gang affiliated, and they sent me home from school. And I remember my stepmom was like, "He's in first grade. Like, how dare you?" And she like lit up the principal. But yeah, I wasn't allowed to wear it, so I that stuck in my mind. So that's probably like my earliest memory of it.
I blame Ice Cube for that.
Yeah. I can imagine a young like 6 or 7-year-old Cub Swanson being like, "Really? That just makes me like the Raiders more."
Yeah,
I'm never taking this shirt off. Then
right?
How about that?
I need to get that respect.
Yeah.
My middle school is the same way in Huntington Beach, California, like Orange County, like suburban Orange County. Like, no, you can't wear Raiders gear. That Cowboys and Niners gear, that's fine. But clearly, this blonde hair, towhead white boy in Huntington Beach is gangbanging with his, Ken Stabler jersey. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
That's terrible, man. That's
bad
what?
Rap.
The world loves to be a Raider hater, man. The world loves to hate on us, so it's all good. We're used to it. We've been Raider fans for years, so I know we're all used to it.
Yeah. I mean, nothing says it more like the tuck rule,
Oh,
that just still irks me, like it's like you obviously don't want us to win. That was okay. I don't want to sound bitter.
Yeah, well,
still bothers me.
Was it 19 years later? Still feel exactly. It was a 19-year anniversary, like 3 days ago, something like that.
Yeah, we call him Tommy Tuck Rule on the show. We call him Tommy Tuck Rule. We don't call him the other name.
He could win 50 more Super Bowls, and he's not touchdown Tommy to me. He's Tommy Tuck.
He's Tommy Tuck Rule. That's what he is. That's his name.
It's crazy too. Like when you think about like where the franchises went after that time, because like obviously the Raiders went to the Super Bowl the next year, and obviously Tom Brady and the Patriots went on their dynasty. But like when you stop and think about it, like I spent way more time thinking about this than I should have. But when you stop and think about it, if we would have kept, if they would have called that right, we beat the Patriots. We would have won the Super Bowl that year. Like we would have beat the Rams. Like Rich Gannon, Tim Brown, our defense, everybody was firing. And then if we win the Super Bowl, there's no way Al Davis trades John Gruden to Tampa. So we keep John Gruden. There's no way Bill Callahan takes this team into the nosedive that it was. That we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or whoever was in the NFC the next year. So we're back-to-back Super Bowl champions. And then, because you remember, Drew Bledsoe was the starter of the Patriots. If Tom Brady fumbles that time, maybe they let Bledsoe start because Tom Brady he fumbled when the lights are biggest, he kind of goes away. Maybe Bill Belichick doesn't become the coach that he was. Maybe he's just another ex Bill Parcells disciple that failed with the Pats like he failed with the Browns. Like if we had a time machine, Cub, and they call that right, I think we'd be having a very, very different conversation. 19 years later, we're talking about the Raiders dynasty and the Patriots just never been able to get over the hump.
You have put a lot of thought into this.
Too much.
I like it.
Too much. Like it. I didn't think of my investments in buying Bitcoin, but I definitely did the hypotheticals of what would happen if the Tuck Rule went the White Ray.
I will say this: there would be a lot more Raider podcasts than there are now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that there was that many. I'm starting to get into them just because I want to hear what's going on. So it's nice to know.
So what is your overall thoughts of this last season?
There was some things to be proud of, but I wish we would have finished a little stronger. I wish we would have done a little better in the draft. And I just wish we would have been able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
that's been frustrating in the last couple of years, knowing like, man, we actually have some good tools and some good weapons, and then the injuries happen. It's like, oh, those are some key people we're missing this week. That, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was disappointed in what we hoped was going to be a really good draft for us. They're saying that the wide receiver draft pool was maybe one of the best. I think we had one of the best rookie receivers in history with the guy, was it Justin
Jefferson? Yeah.
Jefferson,
yeah.
From Vikings.
Yeah. And he was a second rounder, I believe. But yeah, like he did crazy numbers, but I thought we should have went with CeeDee Lamb. When I kind of understood going with Ruggs because of the speed, I'm like, okay, they're trying to compete with the Kansas City Chiefs. I can respect that, like they're the champs and we want to compete with them. So I was like, okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, it just looks like Ruggs is too small. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to stay healthy.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Like, obviously, so like CeeDee Lamb was like a guy that's gonna like win contested balls more, right? Bigger dude, he'll like hip check a corner, go high, right? That's not really Ruggs' game. Like I said, he's a speedster.
Yeah.
But that comes with pluses and minuses, right? Like he's not gonna like body dudes and like beat a strong safety, but he can blow the top off the offense. And I think that's the one thing, like, even though he was underwhelming stat wise this season, and I've had this fight with Soto 100 times. Like, oh, we got to get Ruggs the ball. You're like, don't force him. If he's open, great. If he's not, we got Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs and Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to just be like, all right, we got to force it to Ruggs. It's up to Ruggs to get himself open. I'm not willing to like. I still believe in him. It's a rookie year, like you said. He got hurt, didn't get all the playing time. It was no off season because of COVID. Like it's hard for a lot of receivers to be able to do. To reach their potential this early, but I'm with you. Like I think the problems with Ruggs is like, we know what they are, it's not just like Gruden, like hating rookie receivers and not wanting to toss it to his first rounder.
I mean, if you're going to draft a guy that high in the first round, look at how Kansas City used Tyreek Hill his first year. A lot of bubble screens, a lot of just quick hitches, a lot of quick stuff to get him out in space. Why are you taking a guy if you're not going to use him? Use him, put him in a position to succeed. Don't just have him run deep every time. I said in a previous podcast, Nelson Aguilar needs to buy Ruggs something expensive, because all the safety help was going over the top Ruggs' side. There was no safety help going over Aguilar's side. So that was my only issue with how they used Ruggs this year. It was all down the field type of stuff, very little. A couple times here and there, I think once or twice they gave it to him on that jet sweep. You got the guy, he has the tools. I mean, use him. I'm not saying to force him the ball, but put him in a position where he can do some damage.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like next season, you see someone like that doesn't have a great season, I feel like he's going to come back bigger, which I think would be the smart move. I feel like, look, take a 0.2 off your 40 time and get a little bigger, get a little stronger. It literally looked like every time he got tackled, it was like, oh, don't get hurt,
Yeah. Like he's always limping. Like, you're right. He's every time he got tackled, he got kind of ginger, Like,
and I'm like, man, this dude's little. Like he's fast, but don't hit him, So I think he's
run out of bounds.
Like just like fighters, every fight camp in these big fights, you got to think like, okay, do I need to be stronger or faster for this fight? That's usually how I go into a fight thinking. And I think if I was Ruggs, I would be like, man, I need to hit the weights and not worry about being the fastest guy, because I could lose a step or two and still be the fastest guy on the field. Sure. But I need to be a little more durable. I don't want to say tougher, just more durable.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever like get in a scrap because you were wearing Raiders gear?
No. Okay. Close at a game. That's probably the only thing. Chargers Raiders game. Just geez in San Diego.
Man, they're mouthy down there. They used to be really mouthy down there.
Yeah. Especially even where I'm from in Palm Springs, like pretty much there's Cowboys fans and Rams fans, but other than that, it's all Raiders and Chargers fans, and we just like butt heads, especially during the early 2000s. It was crazy. So it's like half of our friends were Chargers fans, and it just like, it was tough.
Yeah, especially like, like the mid 2000s when they were going to the playoffs every year, and it's just like, God, I hate you guys so
LaDainian
much.
Tomlinson, he would score like 60 touchdowns a year, and just like that. I hated that little shit. He just freaking like go to the end zone with his hand behind his head and shit.
Yeah,
fucking Sean Merriman, the fucking lights out bullshit. Fuck that guy.
He's working in MMA now. Sean Merriman, he has like an MMA promotion.
Yeah,
randomly enough.
Crazy.
Yeah, whatever. He's a Charger. Fuck him.
Right.
Good point.
Might as well be tennis. What do you make of Derek Carr?
I'm a fan. I think there's been a couple times that I'm a little disappointed, but majority of the time he's brought us back. How many times? I mean, I think he's done it. He's up there in the record books for as many times as he's done like fourth quarter comebacks.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can get the job done. I think we just need to keep protecting him, and I think our defense needs to give him more opportunities. I mean, he's been pretty consistent all the way through, and he's pretty tough, pretty durable. I mean, I feel like it would be pretty hard to replace him.
Thank you.
I always trip out because, a lot of these teams will have a good quarterback, and then they're like, well, he's not the best quarterback. Let's get somebody else. And it's like, you could always go down. You could definitely go backwards. So
Testify, because Soto keeps bitching and moaning about Derek Carr. Like, I don't think you can get us to Super Bowl. Dude, he had 101 QB rating this season. It's like, you think of like, oh, well, look at like, the Chargers drafted a quarterback and the Chiefs drafted a quarterback. Yeah. What about all the other teams you drafted a quarterback and sucked and have been stuck in quarterbackless purgatory forever?
I mean, here's the issue that I have. I'm sorry, go ahead, Cub.
Many issues.
No one cares what I say.
Just the fact that we played that game with the whole offensive line was quarantined. Mm-hmm. It was like we were possibly going to play with no starting offensive linemen,
tight ends and shit.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was terrified. I was like, he's going to get hurt for sure.
Yeah.
God.
But Soto, you want to defend yourself here?
What? No. Look. I said it last week. If we put the defense around him, because I did some research. The research was the last 30 years, the Super Bowl winning team either had a top level quarterback or a top 4 defense. One or the other, every single year except for one, and that was Joe Flacco's Ravens. But Ray Lewis was hurt most of the year. Suggs was out most of that year, but he had Nata, Suggs, Upshaw, Lewis, Reed. I mean, they had players on that defense that got healthy towards the end. So, I mean, you debate that one. But every other year, you either have a top level quarterback or a top 4 defense. So a top of the food chain defense or top of the food chain quarterback every single year that wins the Super Bowl. Can Derek Carr beat that guy? My issue with Derek Carr is he's a little, I don't know if you know what that means, but in the red zone, his balls shrink a little bit. We need touchdowns and we get field goals, right? Our field goal kicker had 18 field goals, 30 yards or less. That's less than an extra point. Okay. So we're on the 11-yard line.
That's John Gruden's call. That's not Derek Carr.
Dude, you keep
saying the kicker out there. Derek Carr's not grabbing the football, running off the field, saying, "Here you go, Daniel. I'm done.
RJ,
kick it away."
You keep saying, Witten's running these 1-yard outs. Those aren't touchdown routes. He's throwing the ball to Witten. What I'm saying is he needs to grow some balls in the red zone, push the ball into the end zone. If he does it half the time he gets a touchdown, and half the time he doesn't. Guess what? That's still 7 over 6. It's still more points. Well, push the ball into the end zone, Derek Carr.
Who's he going to throw it to? That I feel like that's more of the issue. It's like everyone knows Waller's going to, he's getting the ball majority of the time because he's dependable. Mm-hmm. Aguilar was like, played way better than anyone expected, which
I
was
don't know
great.
where the hell that came from.
Right?
Yeah, but
I'm happy about it, but shit.
Yeah.
You see that? You see that clip? You see that clip from that guy from Philadelphia with the babies?
Yeah, I was
with
just
their own
gonna say
baby,
that.
and I was catching him. I'm like Aguilar's ass.
Yeah. That must have helped because he definitely was catching a lot. But and then Renfro does really good on running across the middle, which is I feel like why we should have drafted somebody more dependable.
Well, we got Brian Edwards, man. Brian Edwards. They did not use Brian Edwards, and he showed in that touchdown catch that he had. That defender was, doing a chin up on that ball, and that thing did not move. That guy's a player. We talked to Dan Hellie last week, and he said the same thing. Great hands. That was his thing. Throw the ball up at South Carolina. He just goes up and gets it. Yeah. I think we had the players. I'm not blaming Carr exclusively for that. I do put a lot of blame on Gruden for that as well. But that's what I would want to see a little bit more. But yeah, we haven't had a top 10 defense one time only, RJ, since you've been alive.
We've had 2 top 10 defenses. Cub, get this: 2 top 10 defenses in the last 30 years.
Wow,
30. And we're all bitching and moaning about our offense. Like, come on, it's the defense.
We need a top 5 to get into to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
top 5, or we're in the 10-ish 11 range and have Derek Carr be that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, how about this? If I could switch the topic.
Let's hear it.
Please do, producer Cup.
This is one that I want, and I think it's gonna piss a lot of people off. But I feel like on Thursday, the next time we play Thursday night, we need to go all black.
Oh shit!
Why Thursday?
We're the only one we don't do because
they do
that's
those
the
Thursday
color
games.
rush.
They do those color rush games.
Yeah, and we're the only team that doesn't change because we're very silver and black.
We don't have to, baby.
We got the OGs.
People copy us.
Yeah. But the all black with the silver letters and the logo, I think an all black would be
look tits,
pretty
bro.
dope.
I agree with you 100%.
Like a hard carbon black, They're pretty sick.
I think if we change the black, then people would be really pissed off. But people, because Al Davis was never wanting to. He wanted to just stick to the same, the same color scheme, never change it up. And I get that because over time it gives it even more. Yeah, it's timeless because it's never changed. But I just feel like for a Thursday night game, like all black would just be so sick.
Yeah, if we get like the Chiefs or something on a Thursday night, just be like,
fuck the Queefs, man.
We'll be perfect to just be like, we're dressing up for a funeral because we're gonna kill Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he almost died last week.
We did almost beat him twice this year.
Yeah.
Did
you see him steaky leg? You see him steaky legging after he got knocked out? He tried to stand up, and you didn't see that? Oh my god, he got bulldogged. Like he got tackled, and the guy was like hanging on his head, and all his weight, all of the defender's weight, and his head landed on the ground first. He tried to stand up, and he was just like,
yeah,
it was rough.
Yeah, I like Mahomes though. I like Patrick, only because Lee Steinberg is his agent, and I like Lee Steinberg's story. He, you guys know him, the agent.
Not as well as you do.
I know.
Tell me.
He's the guy from Jerry Maguire. That movie's based on him.
Is it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And so he had like Warren Moon and I think John Elway, and he has the most number 1 draft picks ever. And he was a huge star, and he kind of lost everything because he was an alcoholic, and he kind of got pushed out of the game, and then came back after he sobered up, and he started with no one wanted to mess with him. He wasn't one of the top agents anymore. Mm-hmm. And so he took a lot of guys that weren't supposed to go in the first round. I think Patrick was one of them, and he's one of the biggest stars in the game. So I just think it's really cool that he worked his way back.
Cub, don't make me like Patrick Mahomes, okay? Don't make me like his ass. He sounds like Kermit the Frog, and his commercials suck.
but those commercials, you gotta think of how much money they're generating. They're doing, they're killing it. They're doing it. So I can't hate on individual athletes.
You're a better man
learned
than
to
me.
be able to.
Yeah.
I've learned to do that because as an athlete myself, to get you get hated on for reasons that are out of your control. You're like, that's not my fault,
Right. Well, the only thing athletic about me is my feet. So, I mean,
Oh, in your mouth?
I have an athletic mouth. Yes.
Yeah. That's how we got COVID.
I just been telling you stories. So, yeah. RJ, quit putting my business out there, bro.
Hey, this is we're raw, dude. No, we don't edit anything out on this show. What's some of the shit that you've gotten from fans that you were talking about? That you're like, what the hell?
Like an easy one is just being teammates with TJ. That I've gotten a lot of slack for that, and so just because we train together, people just would call me a cheater, and I'm like,
They're lumping all the Raiders fans together, right?
Yeah. So yeah, and that's another thing is like being a Raiders fan. It's like, look, don't make me. In fact, I took Kenda on New Year's, the day after New Year's. We played the Broncos a couple years ago, and it was when Derek Carr messed up his back, and he didn't get to play that game, and I was all disappointed because we got smoked with our backup. But there was one Raiders fan that was standing up, drunk as hell, trying to pick fights with everyone, and then he's like looking at me like, "You got my back," and I'm like,
"No, bro.
No, like,
sorry."
Like I'm with my wife. I'm not trying to get in a fight, dude, and you're being obnoxious. Like, so even being a Raiders fan, sometimes you're like, look, like we're passionate, but I'm not that guy. That guy.
Don't jump his ass, not me.
I'm a fan. That fool crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think I always say this, like anytime there's like a new Raider fan, like we draft somebody or we pick up a free agent, it's like, hey, you got back everywhere now. Like no matter where you are, like west of the Rockies, like someone will shank somebody for you because you're a Raider. But it doesn't go the other way where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm hammered. Let me just call Cub real fast. He'll drive down from Palm Springs and beat up this Charger fan for me. Like, they're not hired assassins.
I've actually peed on a Broncos fan before.
There you go.
Yeah. And just like in the bathroom.
Well, I was in downtown Long Beach. No, I was in Long Beach.
Yeah, I'm like, you snuck it in. That's kind of
where the old
a little
Hooters
too vague of a story.
Where the old Hooters was, RJ? Not before they
downtown
moved
Long Beach.
Yeah, at the Pike.
Yeah.
So I was peeing on the wall at the Hooters. I was peeing on the wall at the Hooters, and there was an opening game on my birthday. It was on my birthday, September 8th. Opening game, they lost to the Broncos, and these Broncos fans are walking behind me as I'm peeing on the wall, and I'm super drunk, and they're just like, fucking Raiders bitches or whatever. Fuck the Broncos. I just turned around, and it sounded like rain hitting a tarp because he was wearing those like tearaway pants, those like nylon warm-up pants. I just peed on his leg. He's like, what the hell? He just walked off. He would have beat the shit out of me. I was super drunk.
Somewhere there's a Broncos podcast and he's telling this story. He's like, I was walking by the Hooters and it's this fucking fat Mexican just started peeing all over me. It was bullshit. But I didn't want to mess with him because he's probably packing because he's a Raiders fan.
And
don't put me in that box either.
Crazy. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, that's the only crazy, stupid Raiders shit I've ever done in my life.
Well, yeah, you brought up TJ Dillashaw. His suspension just wrapped up this week. So you still training with them? Still talking with them?
Yeah. We train together all the time. We mostly get our grappling in together. Just because how Southern California is, we're all as training everywhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's his suspension's up. He's trying to line a fight up. I don't think they have anyone for him yet. But yeah, he's getting back into it, getting ready. We got Juan Archuleta is going to be defending his belt soon. We're trying to figure out when that's going to be. And then, I'm trying to, heal up from this last fight still and get in there again. So
what, your knuckles?
Yeah.
Your knuckles were beating the shit out of him?
I broke my hand in the first round. So
did you?
I got my cast off.
Nice. Yeah. Well, good. How you healing? How's it feeling?
It's good. I can grab things now. I'm just not allowed to hit anything for a couple weeks. So, got these fragile hands.
Have you lost count of how many times you've broken your hands?
No, it's 12.
Oh,
wow.
Jesus. Do you talk to any other fighter Raider fans? I know Justin Gaethje's a Raider fan.
Well, TJ is a Raider fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah,
Way to have your finger on the pulse there, Soto.
What the fuck? You're the one you don't tell me shit, RJ. You don't tell me shit. You freaking make me look stupid every time we have a freaking guest on the show.
You do that on yourself, Mr. Piss on Pants.
And then Juan's a Redskins fan. Oh, sorry, a Washington football fan. And I was trying to like pull him over, but then they ended up making it further this year than we did. So I think I lost them.
I mean, that's not a badge of honor winning the NFC East this year. They were like, what, 7-9 or some shit like that? Same record as we had. They just had a shitty division.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, who else is a Raiders fan?
Jessica Alba's a Raiders fan. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jessica
I'm
Alba.
super pumped about that.
Yeah.
RJ's like, hey, can you get a list of people that are Raider fans like that we can get on the show? I said I said Gaethje. I said Jessica Alba, Ice Cube, George Lopez. Tom Hanks is a Raider fan. But that's all I got.
I wouldn't have guessed that. He's too nice to be a Raiders fan.
You got to be born a Raider fan, baby. It's got to be in you.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, my kids are Raiders fans. They're forced to be. Even though one of my sons is named Saint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, doesn't matter. You're still a Raiders fan.
You got him doing the Raiders chant yet? Raiders.
No.
Okay.
Oh no, my daughter.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do it. I'm like,
I was a Raider, bro.
And then she's like, Raiders. She doesn't even know. She's like, okay, Dad.
That's good. Yeah, that's good parenting right there.
Yeah, it's indoctrination. That's what you need.